Hi YouTube, this is Candy, and today will be a vlog. And this one's totally weird, guys. I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy, but this is weird and out of season, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. And what brought this up to me was I actually was speaking with or chatting with Addicted to Makeup, and I spoke with her before I mentioned her name. Hey girl. And she said it was okay, and she was telling me about her experience with her and her brother at this house where she did her photo shoot for Make Me the Cover of a Magazine. And she said that her and her brother had went to this house, and she got this real eerie feeling when she walked up to it. It was either abandoned or just empty, and she wanted to do her photo shoot there, and her brother of course was there to take her pictures. And she said when they both walked up to the house, you know, they got this eerie feeling, and it was all spooky, but they did the photo shoot anyway. Thank you for that. And she was just telling me how weird it was, and it just made me think of some things that happened to me that I haven't thought about in a while. And she said actually her and her brother laughed. They looked at each other and kind of laughed because they both had the same feeling at the same time. So my question to you is, have you ever experienced any type of paranormal or spooky type of situation? And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories of mine. And I think my first time remembering an experience like that, I was about 6 years old, and I went to spend a night over my grandmother's house, and me and my uncle slept in the same room. Now, one of us slept on one side of the room and one slept on the other in two twin-size beds, and right down the center was a dresser with a broken lamp. Okay, now right at the foot of my bed was a closet, and the door was wide open. Okay, now in the middle of the night I woke up, and I looked in the closet, and it was a skeleton standing in the closet. Now mind you, I'm only 5 years old, and I had never seen a skeleton before, so of course I didn't say there's a skeleton in the closet. I was just screaming, there's a man, there's a man, there's a man in the closet. So my uncle jumps up and he runs, and he's scared. You know, he's like 4 years older than me, so he's scared and messing with this lamp, and this lamp is broken and he can't get it to light up, and I'm screaming to the top of my voice, ah, there's a man in the closet. And so he finally gets the lamp on and whatever, and it, you know, and that was it. Well, that morning, it was a Friday because he didn't have to go to school, and I didn't either. So my grandmother was in the kitchen, and she was cooking breakfast, and he had all of these encyclopedias laid all over the table because he was doing his homework. And so me, you know, I was little or whatever, and I'm going through the books, and I'm going through the books, and then I see this picture of this man inside the book that I saw inside the closet. So I told my uncle, there he is, that's the man, that's the skinny man that I saw in the closet. And lo and behold, it was a skeleton, and I had never ever seen a skeleton before. But you know, so where I couldn't imagine where I got the vision of a skeleton, and it was standing in the closet. So it was skeletons in somebody's closet. Then quickly, I remember one time I had a cousin, and me and him, we were best cousins. We had our paper route together. We did everything together, and he was hit by a car on his mini bike. A car was coming out of the driveway and hit him, and he died. And needless to say, that really affected me or whatever. But I say that to say, one day I had a dream. Right? And I had a dream, and he was in my dream. And so when I saw him, I keep looking down because my timer's right here. I'm going to set it up here. So when I saw him in my dream, he looked really sad or whatever. And I'm like, why are you so sad? But not really saying it out my mouth. It was like in thought. You know how dreams are, like when you're just thinking it, but you know, things are actually happening. So he was sad, and I was like, but he was a bad kid too. So he was a bad little boy, you know. Well, back then they weren't so bad, but he was a bad little boy. So I said, you know, why didn't you go to heaven? Didn't you go to heaven? That's what I'm telling him, because that's what I'm feeling. And then I was overcome with sorrow, and as if he didn't. So I was like, no, we're going to get you into heaven. We're going to get you into heaven. Then this big choir forms, you know, and they're singing, oh, and I'm singing the lead in this choir, and we're singing these church songs. And then a feeling of happiness came over me from him, and it's like, and we were repenting, and we were asking the Lord for forgiveness for all he did, and then this feeling of forgiveness came over him, which I felt in a dream. And then he was standing on the side of his house, and we lived next door to one of our school teachers, actually, what he did, and we were standing in front of that particular house. And then right behind in the yard, it was a very bright light, as if he was to come and come into peace. But before he turned and walked away, he looked at me, and again, not speaking words out of his mouth, but I can feel it, you know, in thought. And he said, tell everybody that he was okay, and tell everybody to play this lottery number, 714 or 716. I can't remember what it was. But I said, okay. And he said, make sure you tell everybody. I said, are you going into heaven? And it was just a feeling of peace to me. And he smiled and turned and walked away. And I used to dream about him all the time, but I never ever after that dreamed about him again. I used to dream about him all the time. Well, that morning when I woke up, and I told my godmother, and I told my grandmother and my mom and all, and my uncles and everybody, and I told them what happened, and I told them what happened in a dream. And what he said, his name was Paul, and he said that to play his name, and his name plays for that particular number. Do you know that number came out straight in the lottery, and that number played for his name? Yeah, go figure. Freak me out, you know. I have lots more story, well, several more stories to tell about weird things that happened to me like that. But needless to say, a couple of my family members did hit that lottery, and my godmother hit that lottery. I hit it for $541, and I was really young, so that was cool for me. I played it $1 straight and $1 in a box. We looked the number up in that little book, whatever. Back then they used to play lotteries and stuff all the time. Looked the number up, that number played for his name, and that number fell straight the very next day. So what stories do you have? If you would like to, please post them to the bottom of this video, or please leave a comment. Thank you for watching, YouTube. Let's have fun with this one. Bye.